Good morning. Welcome back to Talk Back on this Monday morning. Nathan Martin, Stephen Maxwell, joined on the phone by none other than Honorable Senator John Kennedy. Good morning, Senator Kennedy. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm well.
Great. We are delighted that you call in, and we always look forward to your calls. Hoping that we'll have a one-liner or two in there, but we know you're more than just a one-liner. You are actively working to protect the interests of Americans. And one of the things that I saw recently was a bill that you and Senator Peters brought to the Senate Homeland Security Committee regarding what surprises many of us, that payments have been being made to deceased Americans. Can you tell us about that bill?
This could only happen in Washington. When you die, your name is sent to the Social Security Administration, and the Social Security Administration compiles they call it a master death file. I'll just call it a dead person's list.
Mm-hmm.
I discovered 5 or 6 years ago that Social Security refused to share their list of dead people with any other agency in the federal government. Well, what was the result of that? The result of that was that many other agencies in federal government kept sending checks to dead people, and sometimes they were cashed. Obviously fraud. We were losing hundreds of millions of dollars a year. So I passed a bill 5 or 6 years ago to require Social Security to share the list. But to get it passed, because there was opposition, believe it or not, I had to put a time limit on it. It expires at the end of this year. And Senator Peters and I just got a bill out of Homeland Security to make the bill permanent, or make the law permanent. This should have been something that took 10 minutes, but it's taken 5 or 6 years, and that's the way Washington works.
Have you gotten much opposition to that bill?
Oh, yeah, they're Democrats opposed. And I asked them why, and they don't have a reason. They mostly just don't want to see a bill passed by a Republican.
Okay, so it's not the merits.
That's how bad it's gotten in Washington. There are people in the Senate that would rather see money wasted by sending it to dead people whose relatives cash a check than actually allow a Republican to pass a bill.
Senator Kennedy, I want to ask you about one of the big topics we have here in central Louisiana. We've asked Senator Cassidy about this, some of his opponents in the race. Do you have an opinion on carbon capture and sequestration?
I think it's a local issue. I've always believed that. Carbon capture is going to be curtailed because we just pulled back a lot of the money under President Biden's Inflation Reduction Act, a misnomer, credits and loans and deductions that went to so-called green energy. I'm not against electric vehicles, for example, but if electric vehicles are so swell, how come we have to pay people to drive them? I don't think we ought to pay people to drive them. If you want one, buy one and drive it. But carbon capture is part of all of that. Depending on the technology you can use, it can work. But a lot of people are pushing back because it's not only once you capture the carbon, you got to do something with it. And a lot of people don't want the carbon injected underground. And so I think it's a local issue as much as anything else. If people are okay with it, I'm okay with it. If they're not okay with it, I'm not okay with it.
Well, you've hit on a theme that many people here have talked about, the subsidies. We know that the electric car subsidy is going away here in the next month or so, and I don't know what that's going to do to car sales. But if the subsidies weren't there, could the industry stand on its own, is what a lot of people are saying here. I know we've got to wrap things up, just a couple more minutes. Any final thoughts that you have on stuff that you're focused on in Washington?
Well, at some point I want to come back, guys, and talk about the One Big Beautiful Bill. It was a massive piece of legislation. We extended the 2017 tax cuts, made them permanent. We cut taxes on tips and overtime and Social Security and made car loans deductible, increased the standard deduction. I think it's going to help our economy a lot.
If you have time, I just want to ask you one more question, just out of curiosity. Sure. I know the president is talking about federalizing Washington, D.C. Do you think that's a good idea?
We've got a bad problem in Washington, and it's all related to crime. You've got a mayor and a city council that think cops are a bigger problem than criminals. And what you allow is what will continue. There's some people in the world, I don't know why, but they hurt other people and they take other people's stuff. And if they think they're not going to be punished, they're going to keep doing it. And that's what it's down to. I don't know what the president's going to do, but I think he's at a minimum, he's going to put Washington, D.C. and the local administration on notice. Guys, either clean up your act or we're going to clean it up for you.
Well, we appreciate you calling in this morning. We know you're going to be in town in 2 weeks, August the 25th, at an event hosted by the Chamber of Commerce, and look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for your continued availability to us and your advocacy on behalf of every one of us here in Central Louisiana.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Senator John Kennedy from Washington, D.C. He's a hometown hero, and we appreciate him calling in this morning on KSYL. We'll be back with more right after this.